Picking up where we left off about gravity and speed of objects, we're talking about the Vegas.
Yeah. Um, you'd have to ask me something more specific than what I've already said, but just I in another in an altar grew up there.
It's fine. Um,
Okay.
what else did I want to talk about? Tell me everything about this whole Prime Directive.
Yeah, basically just you cannot interfere with the development of a developing species, which we are very much a developing species. We are not even a level zero civilization uh in the scale of how things are measured by the Galactic Authority, quote unquote.
But we're being held
Um,
artificially. That's what I don't.
yes, yeah, and they don't really account for that. I think their system is broken. Um,
All the
but
squandered things like Tesla. I mean, all the people that
yeah,
are stuff, Raymond Royal Wraith and all this technology, everything is just shut down and we're fucked. But we try and help her.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, so they don't account for that, and they don't account for any of the issues that we have because either they don't haven't encountered them, or it's been so long that they have forgotten the rules.
And then it
And
creates
so
a cycle. It's
and
paradoxical.
yeah, so they just go, well, rules the rules, and then they don't do anything to help.
They is
So
in
as in the Galactic Authority, who are advanced to a borderline godlike degree in the technology that they have, in the capabilities that they have, just psionically. They can astral project at a level that is hardly imaginable. They can jump their consciousness from one body to another at will. They can teleport themselves. They can do all sorts of things. They can summon lightning from the sky. They can manipulate the elements to materialize something in their hand. Things that like incredible. And so they have kind of gotten so advanced that they can't comprehend us, paradoxically. You know, we kind of can't comprehend being that powerful. They can't comprehend being that powerless, and so it creates a stalemate in certain ways.
Tell me about mass trauma events and mass trauma rituals.
Yeah, I think the name is self-explanatory. It
The purpose.
traumatize well, either to increase trust in authority figures, which is pretty much how it's usually been done in the past few centuries. Um, or it's there to massively distort a narrative or to create a narrative in general, not necessarily to increase or decrease trust in anyone, just to create a narrative.
Why was JFK really shot? What was going to happen if he didn't die?
Probably he would have used whatever little power he had to expose the CIA, which by that point was already basically an independent nation, and to expose the SSP. Everything in the end ties back to the SSP, and anything else is kind of a psyop just to get you to not think about the SSP. Really and truly, I do think that. I've seen how the SSP, it's the main thing I talk about in my shows. Anyone is interested, they can watch my thousands upon thousands of hours of work on the subject. Um, so I think he was killed ultimately because he didn't wish to invade Cambodia. Um, Cambodia is another major Stargate location.
Mm.
Um, all of Southeast Asia, there are certain parts of the planet, I don't know why, but um, there are certain parts of the planet that have more Stargates than others. The Rocky Mountains, uh, Southeast Asia, and a lot of the Middle East slash North Africa is full of gates. There are gates in other places, but those are the most places where they're the most numerous. And he said, no, let's let the Cambodians have a chance at getting their own access to this technology. And
Are they all
that
underground?
wasn't,
Where are they? Because I don't just see these gates, you know?
no, they are underground or they're inside mountains or inside pyramids and such,
Uh,
which are usually you can't get inside mountains or pyramids.
well, how do they even get found in the first place?
Well, they were found in the 1800s and early 1900s by archaeologists.
Mm.
And then the archaeologists who were usually elites back then. Back then, archaeology wasn't really, I mean, you could go to college and study it, but college was also extremely exclusive back then. Um, but the archaeologists were usually either elites themselves or they were hired by elites. And then they were paid off or blackmailed into writing the history, the narrative that we know now based on their quote unquote findings. What they were actually finding was alien technology in these places. And so if it's a spot you can go to as a tourist, then all the ancient alien tech has been removed by now. Um, although they did do that LiDAR scan of the pyramids last year,
Yeah,
and they
beneath.
found no, the Giza pyramids, and they found that there are huge structures going hundreds of feet underground beneath them. And
What do you think that is?
I've been down there. That is a Stargate transit facility. I am sure if they were allowed to release the report that they had found that stuff down there, that they have since removed the gates, which is unfortunate, but it would be pretty cool nonetheless, because if we were allowed to go and see it, because it would show at the very least that these ancient people were way more capable than we give them credit for, which would be
Hey, John, why can't we have these medical bays, these med beds? Why can't we have flying cars? Why can't we? Wouldn't that be a boost to the economy? Um, that supposedly these elites are on top of. Why can't we be cancer-free, spacefaring, just jumping through gates? Why
it
all this? Why do we have to live in squalor and despair? Why?
it would not be a boost to the economy because people would start stealing it and reverse engineering it for themselves, and as they very well should, and be saying if everyone else in the galaxy can do this for free, why do we have to pay for it? So they make us pay for our own eventual destruction, which is their end goal anyway, is our eventual destruction. They don't care about us, they don't like us, they don't want us to be a part of their system at all.
We got to stop it.
So,
That's my purpose in life. Is stop it.
okay, okay, good luck.
I just can't sit back.
I understand. I understand.
All right. Tell me why Charlie Kirk was shot.
who knows? I maybe it was just a crazy person. Who even knows?
Okay. No, if there's
But on the other hand, there are interesting things coming out. I just recently saw something about this, so I haven't investigated it yet.
okay.
So this is just completely secondhand hearsay for right now, what I'm saying. Apparently, there's interesting that Erica Kirk has interesting ties to the military through her mother. Her mother was like a CIA agent or something, and uh, there's no such thing as was a CIA agent. When you're in for life. So, that is very interesting. Um, you know, if that's true at all. So I'm going to investigate that. I haven't done that yet.
Tell me about
Uh,
9/11.
about what?
9/11, what really happened and what was the purpose?
9/11 was to destroy certain files and also
What files?
files relating to the real financial system. And sorry, it's been a while on some of these subjects. It's been a while since I have studied about them. Okay.
I'm firing
Uh,
off
the,
random stuff. Don't feel bad.
yeah,
I
yeah,
have a million random questions to ask.
yeah. I get it. I get it. Um, n- so that's what 9/11 was about, was to destroy certain files and also drawing a blank. I'm going to humbly bow out on this particular thing because I am drawing an absolute blank. I know I have read this stuff years ago. I I'm going to tell people, do your own research. There are people who have researched this
Tell me about the
particular
ether.
subject.
Is that an actual element that's kept off the periodic table? Ether
Ether is not an element. Ether is what we would call dark matter.
is what?
Dark matter.
What is dark matter?
Um, Dark matter is energy that we can't understand, and material, materia, the makeup of the universe that we don't understand yet in science. Um, it's very hard to put into words because again, there is no scientific wording for it. Um, Plasma energy, things like that. Um, Neutral quarks, and so on.
Okay.
That's those are things that are made up of dark matter. They are, yeah.
Tell me about this then. What's this whole spiel with flat Earth and all these people that swear that the Earth is flat?
Flat Earth is a psyop. You can research into the history of it.
Exactly what I thought. I hate all
You
these
can
people.
find,
Yeah.
yeah, flat Earth was essentially dead until about the 60s. Um, and then the CIA pounced on it and was like, well, shit, people are catching on to
Another
things about
distraction.
each. Yeah, another distraction from, you know, space. It all ties back to space,
Okay, tell me,
really and truly.
what is your whole overview of this Epstein files being released?
Pretty insane that we got it.
I think so too.
Um, yeah, there was every effort to block it, but it's probably the first time that a mass movement has had any effect since, like, try to even think, maybe since the Vietnam War. Ending the Vietnam War is probably the last time a mass movement had any effect like this. Um, and so I can tell you that pretty much all of it, the stuff in there is real.
Oh, I know it
in,
is.
including and especially the most insane sounding shit.
Oh yeah.
And I do understand. On the other hand, I do understand it being difficult to believe because, like, look,
It's difficult to believe if you haven't been raised in the occult or you haven't done the proper research that people
yeah,
that like Ted Gunderson, E. Edward Griffin, G. Edward
yeah,
Griffin, Phil Schneider, we went warning about, basically all it does is all those national tours and books and documentaries they put out and did, it literally makes all of that, boom, it like
yeah,
fills in the gaps and makes it very real.
yeah, exactly. Um, it's the kind of thing that if you were reading a work of fiction and it had that in there, you would probably laugh at it because you would be like, "That's so ridiculous that no one is that evil."
Oh no.
And yet, here it is in real life. So, maybe next time you read about something that insane in fiction, you might think to yourself, I wonder how this person knew about that. Uh,
All that evil stuff is done by design. That's like getting kudos in another dimension or something. That like
yeah. And I do think there comes a time when you have too much money and you've done everything that's worthwhile. And so, in order to feel something, you have to
the
do
most brave
something.
acts.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know why you couldn't just go and like steal cars or something, and that's a fairly victimless crime. And it's also pretty exhilarating from what I've been told. Um, or do cocaine, you know, but instead they have to rape and eat kids for some reason. I don't get it. But then
Yeah,
I'm a normal person with a healthy sexuality, I guess. So,
nothing better than pussy. Tell you what,
yeah, that very true.
I'll
Um,
motherfucker's ass for some good pussy. I mean, anyway, okay. Tell me about Peter Nygard and Sir Richard Branson.
yeah, I saw that on your list. I actually had to look them up. Peter Nygard apparently got arrested for sexual abuse.
Well, they're bigger.
Uh,
They have neighboring islands to Epstein, and they're bigger. I didn't know.
oh, I didn't even
Yep.
find that. Shit. Okay. Um, yeah, that's pretty suspicious. And Sir Richard Branson started the Virgin line of companies,
All red and
Virgin,
white. All red.
yeah, red and white, and Virgin Mobile, Virgin Galactic, whatever. Which that's an interesting title, Virgin. Uh,
Nectar Island.
sorry.
His island is Nectar Island.
Damn. Okay.
Just name
Nectar would,
Ambrosia or Adrenochrome Island.
yeah, just call it that. Like, be honest. That's pretty insane. About those islands, or about Epstein Island in particular, I do know another insider, who I trust completely. I'm not gonna say his name. He isn't public yet. He may be public soon. He'll come on my show, uh, hopefully in the next 2 days, incidentally. But at any rate, I have it on good authority from him that Disney cruises secretly visit Epstein Island.
Oh no, that's admitted. They've been doing that.
Oh, okay,
Not even trying to one up or anything. They've been talking about that on
okay.
shows, and it's been Alex Jones
Oh,
talking about that. Yeah,
okay. I didn't hear about
for
that.
years they would
I
stop.
didn't know that.
Yeah, it was it was
Yeah,
their whole circuit. They'd
okay.
stop.
I didn't know that was public info yet. Okay. Yeah. And so Disney is very much tied into this.
Well, tell me about
Of
Disney.
course.
Was it bad from its inception?
Yeah. I have memories from my MK Ultra childhood of being taken to Disneyland and being gang raped by characters, not by cartoon characters, by the people who walk around the park in the in the costumes. I have a memory of that. That's a fun one. That's a really, really fun one. Uh, I was 6 years old at the time. Yeah, great memories. And that's was, I believe, under the Snow White ride.
Well, real quick, changing gears, you speak of Malaysia, Penang Island. What
Yeah.
about Malaysian Flight 370?
My theory is that it went through a portal in the sky. There are portals that open in the sky on occasion due to soft spots in the universe. When a soft spot opens between either two universes or between one spot in the universe and another spot in the universe. My theory is that that's what happened. Um, that's the seems the explanation of from my knowledge base that would explain all the things that happened. Either that or the flight crashed and it was covered up for some reason.
No,
I
or
don't
be
pers
seen following it.
Okay, well then that adds to my theory. That adds to my theory. There's a lot of weird shit that happens out there that we just don't aren't taught about. That
That's the
people
whole
who
problem.
are, yeah, that people who are survivors of certain projects by the military just know about. We know about it because we've seen it. We're not allowed to bring back proof, unfortunately. There's very specific reasons. I mean, there's very specific things you're not allowed to do that would allow proof. I have a memory of one time during an abduction, I managed to bring my phone along. And then I woke up the next morning and all of the data on my phone had been wiped, uh, which was great. I had to re-enter all of my contacts and everything. I lost some pictures that were very dear to me.
All the photos
That was
I
a
sent you.
no, this was before that, thankfully. I still have those.
Good. Well, is there anything else you want to discuss? You want to end on a happy note?
Oh shit, Sam.
I'm good.
Um,
So I'm good for, I mean, well, I'll have to sit and store up a bunch of questions. So is there anything
yeah,
else
yeah, yeah.
embark on people?
Um, I mean, I have a book in 4 volumes so far. 4 of 6 have been released. Volume 4 is about the length of Return of the King. So, it would probably take you a while to read through the entire thing. Added up, it's already over 1,000 pages. But it's all the story of one altar of mine, um, who his name was Kyle Delshow, which is my email address, kyledelshow@gmail.com if anyone needs to contact me that way, or I have a Facebook, which is
Photos.
under what?
Said if they want to send naked photos, then send it to that email address. I'm sorry about that bullshit, man. I'm cutting it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, that was you fucking derailed me again, you asshole. Um, where was I? Oh yeah. So I have a book in 4 volumes. I have a YouTube channel that I'm actually not directing people too much right now because I have had recently I had a video taken down because I said the word cunt. Um, so you know, fuck YouTube. Uh, honest, honestly, I'm gonna say whatever I want. So I'm directing people to my Substack, um, which I have a Substack. I have two Substacks actually. One is my video library. The other one is where was I? What was I going to say? It's for my writings other than my book. I haven't written much in it yet, but it's on the agenda. And I have a PayPal. People can pay me if they believe in my work, which I am attempting right now to escape an abusive situation. Um, I live with handler families who are in a cult. Well, actually, they're in two cults. They're in the Illuminati, which they don't even remember really, and they're also Jehovah's Witnesses, which is a pretty abusive cult in and of itself. So, if anyone would like to support my cause in escaping, I have a PayPal. Um, yeah, and if you want to send me naked photos, go right ahead, do that too. I could always use some cheering up.
You didn't specify which sex.
Ladies, if you want to, or men, if there's also a lady in the pic, that's fine.
That's weird, dude. We're going to a different place. I can't have any sausage. But all right, you heard the man.
I, look, yeah, I'll explain that after we finish recording. I have to watch. I am a public figure, you know. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, wait, wait.